Hello and welcome to Sports Report, the show that gives you a comprehensive roundup of the week's sport action. This week we've got big match highlights from men's basketball against Warwick, a sports focus on lacrosse, and we'll be joined in the studio by the men's basketball captain and by one of Red Brick's sports editors. First, let's see the highlights of our big match. This week it was men's basketball against Warwick, commentary coming from Burn FM's Louis Atkinson and Alistair Creswell.
Cave is back on the pitch for Warwick, and he looked to turn and fire away a pass to Allen. Allen lays up the floater, and there was no blocking that floating shot from Allen. Eliades hustled out though by Kefelu, Wall and Bindra. Now Josh Morris-Davies finds the sort of bit of space. He's under pressure from Honecker. Fantastic block from Honecker. Call against him from the illegal block, and he's holding his hands up saying, what did I do? Honecker now will look to add defensive work to offensive work as he goes near the rim, but Eliades goes, and Eliades with the layup, roll around the rim, and in it drops. Eliades on here for his free throw or 3-point shooting. And Honecker has to have something explained to him there as a timeout is called, I believe. 6:58 left on the clock. Birmingham leading 54 points to 49 in this final quarter here at the Munro Sports Hall.
Make or break time now for Warwick. It's getting to that point. This is where they need to push on if they want anything from this game.
And they'll do it with Sini.
Great steal.
Ayarira with the steal again. He's got Hayaniki with him, but he won't need him. Ayarira flying through the air, laid it up off the backboard. And Birmingham's lead up to 9 points now.
Takes him up to 16. He's going to challenge Josh Morris-Davies, assuming he stays on the bench for the rest of this game for the top goal scorer in this, top point scorer in this, I should say.
Allen's shot is far over the basket, and Ayarira will have a chance now. He's got some space, but he's going to use Kefelu, Wall, lays it up. Unselfish work from Oscar Ayarira. He had the space to go to the rim himself, I thought there. And Elliot Reader back on for Warwick. Point guard looking to get a bit of speed up. I think Sini perhaps the less dynamic of the 2 point guards on offer for Warwick today. Here goes Reader, working his way into D. He's blocked out by a mixture of Matt Porter and Kistigoffers. But all round Birmingham looks strong, and it's shown on the scoreboard. It's finished Birmingham 70, Warwick 53.
So a terrific win for the men's basketball first, and we're joined in the studio now by Dan Yedeka, the club captain of the men's basketball team. Dan, I mean, what a win.
Yeah, it was very good, really helped us against for the league. The team put in a great performance, and we finally feel that our hard work's actually starting to pay off and really helped us, and it's done a lot of good for us. Well,
you played really well across the whole team, but obviously there was a big crowd on Wednesday night. Did that help you guys? Yeah, hugely. I mean, me and my PR guy, Callum, we've been planning this for so long now, and we really wanted to make it big. I mean, last year we had a few good ones, had quite a few people down, but this year we really wanted to start the season with a good crowd, and it didn't disappoint. The crowd just really spurred us on, and we went through quite a few difficult patches. It's our first home game, and they're the ones who kind of put us back on track and gave us the motivation and the energy to keep going to get the win. Well, you certainly didn't disappoint, as you say, and the whole day in general was superb for the basketball team. Another win for the seconds as well. Yeah, that was really good. It was it's their second ever game in Bucks. It's their first year in Bucks, and it's their first home game. And they got a really good win. And again, the crowd was just really good for them. The team put in a great performance, and it just was a really good day all in all for basketball. So it's still early days in the season, but are you on track with where you want to be so far? Yeah, I mean, as you said, it is pretty early days, but basically we are going the way we want to go. The improvement within the team from last year is just unrecognisable. They're playing so much better. Training's just it's just doing really a lot of good for us. And whilst we know we're not going to be winning every single game, we definitely think that we can make a big impact in this league and hopefully get some really good results, which, judging by our game on Wednesday, or our games on Wednesday, we should definitely be able to do and achieve easily. Well, good luck for the rest of the season. We really hope it goes well for you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining us. Now let's have a look at the rest of this week's scores. So confirmation of that terrific win for the men's basketball first, and it was a good day all round for the basketball teams with 4 wins out of 4. In fencing this week, there were also wins for both our teams, including a very tight 124 to 123 win for the women's first. There were some more positive results for our football teams this week, including a hard-fought 2-2 draw for the first away to Worcester and a 3-0 win for the thirds. The women's first also enjoyed a win. In men's hockey, the first team left it late, but eventually got a 3-2 win against Sheffield Hallam. There was also a good away draw for the women's first. It was another terrific week for our lacrosse teams, with a big win for the men's first against Northampton and an even bigger win for the women's first away to Edinburgh. In rugby, the men's first beat Sheffield Hallam and the thirds won away to Harper Adams seconds. And finally, in tennis, the men's seconds continued their fine start to the new season with a second 12-0 victory. So another great week for the University of Birmingham's teams with lots of wins for our teams across different sports. We're joined in the studio now by sports editor for Redbrick, Sam Price. And Sam, what a great week with some good results, especially for men's hockey. There was a really late winner there, wasn't there?
Oh, it was a terrific week, Tom. And yeah, men's hockey was probably the story of Wednesday. Trailing Sheffield Hallam with about 10 minutes remaining, clawed themselves back in it, and Pete Jackson stepped up late on with a killer blow with just seconds to spare and gave them that 3-2 win, which is especially important to bounce back after the defeat against Durham last week.
Well, it was certainly dramatic, and we're hoping for lots more drama next Saturday because on the 3rd of November, it's Explosion with the Birmingham Lions taking on Nottingham Outlaws. You must be really excited about that.
Oh, without a doubt. Explosion, I think, is the sort of pinnacle of university sport over the year, aside from perhaps the Bucks Championships. And last year it was a fantastic spectacle. When you throw in the sort of Pussycats performance at half-time, the fireworks, it's going to be a really great night, and it should attract another big crowd.
So obviously, every week is a busy one for yourself as sports editor at Redbrick, but there's some quite emotional pieces in this week's edition, including one on a retired horse now, Frankel.
Well, yeah, that's right. Max Millward, who's a Redbrick sport writer, has written a piece giving an account of Frankel's last day horse racing, where he won at Ascot to seal his 14th successive victory and go out unbeaten, possibly as the greatest racehorse we've ever seen. And yeah, it was a tough race. Frankel got a bad start, and people weren't sure in the conditions whether he was going to get the win, but he managed to, and it was just a fantastic day. And I don't think you can overstate what Frankel has done for the sport. Horse racing's been slightly beleaguered recently with sort of horse deaths in the Grand National, that sort of thing. But this horse has just brought the crowds in and really put a smile on everyone's face within the sport.
Well, hopefully everyone will check that out in the paper and online, and good luck with the next issue, and let's hope Explosion as well is as exciting as we're hoping. So thanks very much to Sam Price and Redbrick Sport for joining us in the studio. Of course, if you can't get down to watch Explosion live next week, don't forget the Guild TV are broadcasting the whole game live. You can watch it on explosion.tv. Now let's have a look at our weekly sports focus. This week, the club we're looking at is lacrosse.
My name's Liv, and I'm the captain of the women's twos, and I play midfield defence. So lacrosse is a really high-paced field sport. It's sort of similar to hockey, but instead of the ball being on the ground, it travels through the air between players. So this is a lacrosse stick, and obviously we've got to pass and catch the ball in the net. And the ultimate aim is to get as many goals as possible.
My name's Ed Crocker, I'm first team captain and I play deep hole. Okay, so if you're a beginner to lacrosse, like 95% of the guys are at university, we have a great development programme. So boys come along from all sorts of sports, we get them from rugby, football, hockey, whatever you like. They come in and have a development programme. So the club lends them all the kit they need, sticks, gloves, helmet, arm pads, box, whatever. They come in, we train them up, we have a 6-week intensive development programme. And then the boys are now placed into the second team. So the second team train on a Sunday, and that second team standard is majority beginners. So they're all integrated with people their own standard. They're playing against lots of other universities, completely the same situation. Everyone's coming up beginner, so it's a great sport for beginners. I think that's why it's really popular at uni.
So the best place to come and get first idea of information would be the sports fair. If you miss out on that, then you can find our email on the University of Birmingham Sport website. So the best thing to do is email that, and we can respond and tell you when the beginner sessions are. So we have about one beginner session a week, and that would be the best place to start, really.
Why I joined lacrosse is because it's a great mix of lots of assets that you can have in other sports. It's fast-paced, it's physical, it's a team sport. It's got a great team at the university. We're a great team. We've got the girls teams as well. There's 2 men's teams, 3 girls teams, mixed teams. So it's a big club, big social aspect in the team. And yeah, it's just a great team to play for. Because everyone's a beginner, it's a great asset to be in all at the same time, and everyone knows where each other's starting.
That's it for this week's Sports Report. Thank you very much for watching, and please join us again next week.